Resident Evil. The game that pretty much started it all. The game that catapulted survival horror into the mainstream in 1996, helping the original PlayStation fly off the shelves. It spawned multiple sequels and reinventions, and a movie franchise along the way that was so stupid, but we all kept watching because we got excited whenever we saw a familiar face. Oh, hey Jill! Your outfit is on point, so I'll forgive you for cheating on Colin Firth in Love Actually. Fast forward 6 years and we got a complete remake of the original game that was so damn good it still looks and plays amazing over 20 years later. Once it got a HD coat of paint, of course. Seriously, we didn't get another leap in quality like this until Final Fantasy VII. Sadly, back in the day, the Resident Evil remake was only available on the GameCube, so a lot of people slept on this one. But now that it's available on most current consoles, I'm going to look into why you should rescue the Resident Evil HD Remake Remastered from your backlog. Nowadays, nostalgia is regularly packaged up and resold to us, because nothing sells quite like anything that can comfort us in a world that has gone completely off a cliff this last decade or so.
Nothing comforts anxiety like little nostalgia.
And whilst the Resident Evil remake definitely falls into this category, it's also a love letter to the game that started it all, and a testament to the vision the developers always had, but were unable to realise in 1996. Plus, obviously, sandwiches.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
However, in a time before remakes and remasters were commonplace, before Ezio had to deal with massive-faced NPCs, and before you were glad Tifa isn't real and she can't call you out on your staring, I saw Resident Evil playing on a TV as I walked through HMV during my first week of university. I don't know how long I stood gawping at the footage, but when I snapped out of it, I walked straight to the counter without any hesitation and bought a GameCube and the game. For those who are brand new to the franchise, you're part of a special forces team who end up trapped in a mansion while investigating some grisly murders. The mansion is filled with bullet sponge zombies and go. That's all you get. Oh, but your team leader wears sunglasses, indoors, at night, so he's definitely not suspicious or anything. To escape the mansion, you have to battle all manner of terrible beasties, solve clever puzzles, and carefully manage your very limited resources. The remake not only rejigged most of the puzzles and events, looking at you, window doggos, but also added a whole bunch of new areas, both inside the mansion and within the grounds, as well as new enemies, and a much improved level of fleshing out the characters and story, in place of the award-winning dialogue from the original.
It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
I'm gonna give you a couple examples of overhauled content that toyed with the expectations of those who knew the original so well. So let's start with zombies. They will start out as Romero-era style shufflers, but now you need to either decapitate them or burn their bodies. If you don't, then they'll no longer disappear when you leave the room. You can still down them with enough bullets, but they just sort of stay there. And then, sometime later, of which there will be no indication, they'll eventually do this. And sure, you can outrun them, or kill them, but in a game of limited resources and careful inventory management, this sort of thing really puts your back against the wall. Once you've downed a zombie, if you want to burn the body, you need both fuel and a lighter. The fuel canister you get only holds enough to burn 2 zombies, and the refueling points around the mansion only allow you enough fuel to burn 5 in total. As for decapitation, it's no longer guaranteed, so do you really want to use your precious shotgun ammo? See, it's kinda stressful.
I can't decide!
Next up, the sharks. Minor spoiler, I know, but I'm excluding all endgame footage from this review, and, you know, it's been over 20 years, so... In the original, you had a room with waist-high water to get across, and on the other side there was a door which you may or may not have picked up the key for, all the while being chased by some sharks. In the remake, you get what is basically the control room from Deep Blue Sea. You also get an uber-tense chase sequence, and then a puzzle sequence afterwards, and then a terrifying standoff with Mama Shark. In a game that is as gorgeous as this, with the sound design so terrifyingly on point, sequences like this will stay with you long after you finish the game. If you like survival horror at all, then you owe it to yourself to try this one out. It took the game that basically invented the genre and turned it into something truly special. Even today, this game still looks gorgeous, handles like a dream, is immensely satisfying to play, and is still genuinely challenging. So the next video is going to be a shorter episode on a game that has sort of shocked me with just how addictive it can be. Afterwards, I'm not sure though, maybe the Resident Evil 3 remake ahead of RE4 coming out next month? Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and a like and or favourite will go a long way. Thanks for watching, bye!